Mr. James Jose, Managing Director of Chibanu Refinery, one of the oldest refinery in the country. Tell us your experience, how this refining industry has evolved in last 6 to 7 years.
See, basically all these refineries, we have built up huge capacities, anticipating a steady supply of scrap jewelry. But because of the price fluctuations and other reasons, a supply of scrap is not steady, it is cyclical. We need to depend on other sources for refining, like mine doré. We have been working with the government for the past 5-6 years. Over a period of time, because the policies have been liberalized, the tariff, the import duty structures have also become comfortable. The imported doré is coming, even though it is in small quantities. Of course, the 80-20 scheme is creating some hurdles for the refiners because we have to go for the CVD refund and other things. We are working with the government, but still, the doré is helping us to go for better capacity utilization. In fact, there are around 5-10 refineries in the country who have got the license from DGFT for import of doré, and the volumes are gradually picking up.
So you have developed also a refinery association, I suppose, in India. What your intention to represent to the government how the refinery industry is so important, not only to manage CAD but also for the country's growth in respect of generating job and this and that. So how it is going on, how this association?
See, India is one of the biggest consumer of gold, and we have been importing on an average 800 to 1000 tons per annum, all of which is imported. The country's domestic production is hardly 5 to 10 tons from copper mines and other things. Our association's aim is to make India the manufacturing hub of bullion rather than the net importer. So over a period of time, maybe in another 5-10 years time, we should be able to produce the 1000 tons required in the country. Our association members, we have a total installed capacity of around 500 to 600 tons as of now. Even though capacity utilization is hardly 10 or 20%, we believe in another minimum 5 years time, the country should be able to manufacture the entire 1000 tons inside the country.
So according to you, you have the installed capacity already in a tune of say 500 tons. But because of this policy restrictions and inadequate supply of the raw material, only the 20%, less than 20% capacity is utilized. How are you preparing yourself to overcome this?
See, it is not exactly the shortage of doré. Doré as such is abundantly available in Latin American countries and West African countries. As of now, we are not facing any problem. The problem is delay in the documentation. Like you have, before importing your next consignment, you need to fulfill the 20% export obligation as well as its documentation. So the turnaround cycle for every consignment is around 8 days time. Had I been given the freedom without any export obligation, I could have imported every 3 days. Now it becomes once in a week or once in a fortnight. So turnaround time is very high, so I could not import my entire requirement. That is the biggest delay. We had several high-level meetings in the ministry. We have requested them to simplify the procedures. In fact, our association is not working for any discounts or any duty concessions. We are working for the simplification of the procedures. That's all what we want. We are comfortable with the duty structure and all the policy guidelines, but documentation work is excessive. Some of the things we need to get relaxed, especially the documentation, because the refineries are interacting with the central excise as well as the customs. Whereas finished bullion importers, they are dealing only with the customs. So we need to fulfill all the stipulations of the central excise also. That is what delays the whole thing.
I have a question in my mind. This 80-20 rule applicable even to the jewelries, how it is possible to bring doré first, then refine it, then 20% you have to give to the exporter, then you have to produce the document. I can understand why refinery is also included in the system.
Probably I would say anomaly of the system. Whatever rules were made for the bullion sector, that were straight away made applicable to the refining industry also. So we have requested the government to treat manufacturing separately. Unfortunately, the Modi government is giving a lot of emphasis on manufacturing. We are demanding the government that manufacturing should be treated separately with separate policy guidelines, and bullion trading should be treated separately. The process has started. And another positive thing for the jewelry refining industry is that the monetization of domestic holdings, around 25,000 tons of gold lying with the domestic people. If at least 1% can be mobilized every year, that will help a certain extent. It will also help the refineries for better capacity utilization. So these are areas where we are working with the government. We have in fact had 2-3 rounds of meetings. We expect to have all these policy guidelines before the next budget. The government is new, the minister, the officials, everything, they are all very receptive. So we expect to have the policy changes in the coming months.
It is possible after restructuring policy on the export, because bullion is not exported, not permitted, or maybe it is not economically viable to export. When the refinery industry is coming, we have LBMA accreditation already, one refinery. Tomorrow you will get, tomorrow someone will get. If I have the capacity to build this refinery, is it possible that we can export also our refined goods? So it can bring again the foreign currency.
See, refineries basically are manufacturing bars and biscuits, or what you call domestic biscuits, or bars and coins, where the value addition is the stipulated by the government is 1.5%.
1.5%.
1.5% value addition is practically not feasible for exports. That's where we are struggling. Had it been around 0.5% or maximum 1%, Indian refiners could have been able to export to Middle East and European countries. So, as per se, exports from refineries is not viable. And then there will be in fact, we are working with various agencies to have a similar accreditation mechanism similar to LBMA and DMCC. Because the country has got necessary infrastructure. We have the Bureau of Indian Standards guidelines on all this bullion and others hallmarking standards. So maybe in another 3-4 months' time, we will have a monitoring mechanism or accreditation agency similar to LBMA or DMCC. That's also we are working. So which will give a lot of credibility to the products of the refineries. Once this, apart from this 20% export obligation, the entire production of the refineries can be consumed domestically with a accrediting agency or a rating agency or a third-party certifying agency. That's what we are looking for. And this 20% export obligation is a temporary phenomenon, we believe, to tide over the CAD crisis. So we are looking forward to the removal of that from the manufacturing side.
How are you enjoying this event, 11th India International Gold Conference?
I am really happy to inform you that this year the focus of the conference is on manufacturing. As you know, the earlier conferences were mostly on bullion trading and other activities. This year the focus has shifted to manufacturing, doré sourcing, mining. It has really become useful for the industry, especially the refining and the mining industry. And a lot of experts have come, and the deliberations were really meaningful. And I expect the same momentum to pick up, to happen in the coming years also. And my all the best and best regards for the conference.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.